Let me go ahead and start out by introducing myself. If you don't already know me, my name is Tracy Hinton. I am the business consultant for the North Central Child Care Resource and Referral, and we cover counties, let me see, Kay, Lincoln, Logan, Noble, Nowata, Osage, Pawnee, Payne, and Washington. I have a little cheat sheet on my desk so I don't forget any. And Heather Cruz is our preschool resource and referral coach. Is that right? And Renee is our infant toddler resource and referral coach. If you guys would just take a moment to introduce yourselves real quick.
Hi, Heather Cruz. As she said, I resource and referral child care coach. I've been in this position about 3 years. Before that, I was a Head Start teacher for 18. So if you need anything, be sure to give me a call.
Thank you, Heather. Okay, Renee.
Hi, I'm Renee Barnett, and like she said, I'm infant toddlers coach now. We've changed names, but anyway, still infant toddler. And I've been doing this since January 2019, and before that I was in the classroom. So if you need any help, let me know.
Okay. All right. If I did, please speak up, because if I don't get you checked right now, I won't be able to give you credit. Okay, great, Terry. That's great. That's fine. Thank you. Okay. All right, so let's move on. So using your reaction button or just typing in the chat, let us know how you're feeling tonight. How are you feeling tonight? Now the tired. And we're 4 for 4. Oh, we have an exhausted. Trisha, it's only Tuesday. Yep, tired. I don't know. I was wondering if it was like the heat today or what, because I was just like, about the middle of the afternoon, there was just like, I was just didn't think I was going to make it till this evening. Stressed, feeling good, drained, sleepy. Oh, Sandy said summer programs completed today and they're gearing up for the start of school on August 11th. All right, so let's start first with what do you hope to learn tonight? And Heather, I'm going to turn the chat over to you and Renee. So if you could start sharing answers if people type in the chat.
I sure will. And there's Amy Thorgensen is waiting in the waiting room. You let her in?
Yeah, she was in. I wonder if she got booted. Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you guys hope to learn tonight?
Kima said how to utilize shared services.
Okay, thank you.
Tricia said different resources offered on their website.
Okay.
Terry said their resources. Charlotte said, I want to learn how to navigate through shared services. Paula said new stuff. What's new stuff is available. Misty said tips and tricks of the site. Dion said what shared services is all about. Kelly said learn about new resources available. Well, they were going fast for a minute.
Yeah,
I
I know.
my best. Sorry, I was trying to keep up. That's why you get behind, is because
Yeah.
like they all come in at once.
Okay, so far I have utilizing shared services, different resources available on shared services, navigating shared services, tips and tricks of the site, new resources. Did I miss anything? I was trying to write while she was reading and it was going fast. Okay, so is there anything in particular you would like to learn about shared services tonight?
Carol said new resources, learning about new resources.
Okay.
And Kelly said that also.
Okay. So the objective for tonight's class is for you to become aware of and familiar with one of the resources available to early childhood practitioners in Oklahoma.
Tracy
Okay,
Paula said how a center can sign up for insurance for their business.
Okay. I have no idea, but we'll see if we can figure it out. Okay, did somebody else start to say something?
No, I think you heard me. I started to read that one.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Okay. So Oklahoma Shared Services is a web platform with an extensive hub of tools that supports the needs of early care and education professionals and programs. There's links to help you find forms, regulations, samples, templates of different policies and procedures. We are very lucky to have it for free here in Oklahoma. It is brought to us by like DHS, Oklahoma Child Care Resource and Referral, Potts Family Foundation, some different tribes like Ottawa, Peoria, Shawnee, Tulsa Educare. And I think once you get in there and start poking around in the site, you're going to find so much wonderful information. It's just a matter of becoming familiar with it. And that's kind of my goal for tonight, is to help you become familiar with it and start learning how to find things in it. So now for discussion. Are you already familiar with Oklahoma Shared Services? And if so, have you used it? Can you tell us about your experience with it?
I have used it for getting ideas for policies, handbooks. At first, I was kind of confused on how to get into some of the stuff, but once you figure out your keywording, it's not so hard.
Thanks, Misty.
I'm like Misty. I have used it. There's a policy, or they encouraged one about parents not being on their phone when they come into the program. And I added that to our handbook. Also, looking at the new star ratings, I went to this website to see about playground checklist. We do a visual, but we don't document that anywhere. And so I took their form and kind of Googled some other forms and made my own.
Mm-hmm.
That helped.
Thank you, Sandy. Anybody else familiar with it and have an experience they would like to share?
Tracy,
Yes.
I would say I encourage my home providers to use it, especially the new ones, because everything is right there. All you have to do is fill in your name and your center name, and you're not having to reinvent the wheel. I mean, a lot of it is
Right.
there for them. It's because, you know, right at first, when you're first starting out, that can be so overwhelming to come up with a handbook or policies or whatever. And so if it's there for them, they have that example
Right.
to help.
Yes, and I think Misty mentioned like she was revamping hers and she looked through there for ideas and things that she might want to add to her new policy and contract. Thank you, Paula. Anybody else? Okay. I'm going to open up shared services and share my screen. Let me minimize if it will let me minimize my PowerPoint. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. Can you see shared services on my screen now, on your screen now? All right. So just kind of some highlights. If you don't already have an account, you come over here and click register. And it asks you for some different information like your name, your business name, organization name, your role, what kind of program, etc. And then you submit the request. Now, it is my understanding that these are processed manually. And so give it a couple of days, but also keep an eye on like your spam and your junk email, because there's a good chance that the confirmation email will come to your spam or your junk. So once you're registered and have your login, then you can go to login. And up here it has different headings: engaging families in the classroom, saving money, successful program management. Every month or so, there's like a highlight where they kind of highlight a certain thing. Like right now, it's creating a welcoming environment. You can scroll down here to featured tools and resources. You can see becoming an HR expert has lots of HR forms. Family Childcare Toolkit has a lot of family childcare stuff. Forms, policies, and templates, financial management. And we're going to come back to all of this in just a minute. I'm going to kind of first finish giving you an overview of this main page. This is new. There is now a place to post job openings for your programs across the state. So if you click on that, it takes you where you can register to post jobs or where you can look for a job. And oh, sorry. Okay. So are we back on the main page now? Yes. Okay. And then there's down here, limited time savings, which gives you links to ways that you can save money on different things. For example, there's a Lakeshore coupon. There's COVID-19 self-test kits. This is what was on the PowerPoint, which tells who helps support shared services and make it free. When they first came out with shared services a few years ago, I think it was about 4 years ago, the plan was for it to be free for the first year, and then people start paying to access it. And so far, they've been able to keep it free. So if you go on down here to the bottom, I'm going to open this. Reference sheets down here, bottom right-hand corner, very helpful. You click on, and this may be too small for you to see on your screen, but it has like different topics for centers and different forms and things you might be interested in for centers, and then also for family childcare homes. So those are bottom of the right hand corner on the main page when you log in. Popular checklists, outdoor checklist, emergency preparedness checklist, popular forms and policies, popular toolkits. Excuse me. I'm going to play one of these short little videos here under the video clip. And I hope it works well. It's only about a minute. You guys hear that? Okay. I'll see if I can get out of the video. All right. So go back to this page. All right. So I'm going to show you some of the forms and templates that are available on here. So let's go to the Family Childcare Toolkit. Now, if you look over here on the left-hand side, it has like a menu. So for example, business basics and professionalism, you click on that, and then it comes up with more options. So let's look at forms and policies. So here, for example, daily schedule. And it has different options. Let's just do this daily schedule template. Now this is in a Word document format. And it's, let me see. Oh, it's not gonna, okay. Whenever you open a Word document, you're gonna wanna be sure you enable editing. So I'm gonna have to, if I wanna show you that, I'm gonna have to stop share, come back in and share. But just make sure if you download any kind of like Word document or any kind of Office document, if you want to edit it, it needs to be, you need to enable editing when you download it. Otherwise, you won't be able to edit it. You can, there's, and then see even under daily schedule, there's event templates. Daily reports. Infant report, toddler report, pre-K, school age, family teacher communication journal, just all kinds of things. And I'm going to download one of these and then I'm going to stop share and reshare to share it just so I can show you. If I can see. Okay, sorry guys. All right, so you can see up here where it says enable editing. Is that showing up on y'all's screen? And you could use this just as it is. You could edit it to say, you know, for like whatever the name of your business is, which you're gonna, I mean, you'll have to mess around with it, but you can make it your own. But it has like nap times, comments, etc. All right. So let's go back to no, I don't want to save. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the main page. And you guys tell me something you're interested in looking for, and we'll see if we can find it. Paula mentioned insurance. Let's see. Maybe under successful program management.
It was up there. It was in the first column.
Well, that's business
there.
insurance. This one.
Yeah, and
Or
that
were you
was,
talking
I
about
think
business?
that's what she asked for.
Oh, I
was
thought you were
bus-
talking about insurance for employees. Paula, can you clarify?
Yeah, I was thinking insurance for employees. I thought we had been told that there was going to be like a group plan that providers could take part in through Oklahoma Shared Services so that they could help meet one of the enhancement for stars.
Okay.
There is a telemed. Is it in there?
Yeah, there is it, but that's not insurance though.
True.
Here, let's try okay, yeah, it talks about like the health care tax credit, Affordable Care Act, but I don't see anything that talks about just health insurance. Let's see. So, yeah, I don't see anything about insurance, like a group plan, like you're talking about, Paula. I can ask around and see if I can find out more, because I just don't know. And these tax credits and stuff may be what they're talking about, because it talks about like places that have fewer than 25 full-time employees, pay average wages of less than. So, okay, what else would you guys like to look at? All right, guys, we got like an hour and a half, so you're gonna have to help me out here.
Is there anything on transitions?
I believe there is. Let's try the search bar first. Classroom tips, maybe. Yep, here we go. The document about helping children change activities, helping children make transitions. Also, there's a, which you probably already know about this, but there's a, on the CECPD website, there's a section on transitions, including a printable template that you can use to create a transition plan. There's classroom labels for labeling different areas of your classroom, including tent cards, templates. There's if you go to financial management, there's budget planning and preparation. Talks about the iron triangle, which if you haven't heard of it, it's basically it's by Louise Stoney from the Opportunities Exchange. And she talks about the iron triangle, which is basically full enrollment, whatever that means for you, full payment for each child, and now I'm drawing a blank on the other one. Full enrollment, revenues, costs, cover your cost, and then full fee collection. So you're collecting the fees for every child every time, every time. You don't have a lot of bad debt, in other words. But there are resources there for that. There's budgeting tools, which has a chart of accounts, has a center-based program. And these tools come from the Opportunities Exchange website, Center Financial Management Toolkit. Same thing for the family childcare programs. They have a family childcare financial management toolkit. There's a financial terms glossary, provider cost of quality calculator. Just, I could spend all evening like poking around in here and showing you guys stuff. What are some other things you're interested in seeing?
Tracy,
Yes.
if you, I've been Googling on my phone trying to get to the bottom of that insurance question. And if you look under staff wellness is what the headline is. It does say dental insurance.
Staff in here?
It's under the section successful program management. Or if you just Google staff wellness, yeah, there you go. As dental insurance.
Oh, and there's the docs by phone and telemedicine and the vision benefits.
I mean, it might not be exactly what we're looking for, but it's close.
Right. And I mean, it's been a while since I've used like a doc by phone thing, but it is pretty helpful for not needing to leave the house. So, if you're interested in staff wellness, okay, Autumn's asking for resources for the families. So let's go back to home. Let's go to engaging families. For example, like if you wanted to share information about the child tax credit with your families, there's information here. And of course, this is going to change every year. But there's website and flyers you can share. It doesn't look like they've been updated for 2022 yet. Nutrition and fitness. Yes, Sandy, I will. Give me just a second. So it has like benefits of outdoor play, physical activity, preventing obesity, TV and limiting screen time. Is that the kind of things you're talking about, Autumn? Resources like that to share with families?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. Charlotte asked if there's anything to help get you started with the STARS program. Yes, you'll have to, like, you can find the things you need to help complete the STARS application, but it's kind of, how am I trying to say this? You need to know what you're wanting to work on in order to find what you need. So like if you're working on your transition plan, then you would look up information on transitions. If you're working on your daily schedule, then you would look up information on daily schedule. Does that make sense? Let's see, got a couple of people asking about lesson plans. Yes. In the classroom. Okay, so if you go to in the classroom and then go to curriculum, and I mean, there's all kinds of stuff here, but if you go to curriculum and then look over on the left-hand side, there's different links, stuff on anti-biased education, fire safety, early learning guidelines, learning activities. And this will take you to like the Hi Mama website, which has a lot of activities. And I've used this website before, that can be filtered by age group. So again, it's a matter of poking around and finding it. There's lesson plan templates, which the DHS childcare coaches like, and I'll go show you those on the CECPD website in just a moment too, when I show the transition stuff. But they created lesson plans that help meet the new guidelines for some of the STARS levels, like the individual planning for each child and things. And so I definitely recommend going to the CECPD website for that. All right, let me see if I can. Okay. All right, you guys tell me, is my CECPD, is the CECPD website showing up on my screen? Okay, so if you go to the CECPD website, and I'm going to try to say this as tactfully as possible, I don't find it especially user-friendly, but I am getting better at figuring it out. But if you go down to QRS resources, and I'm going to go to Child Care Center first, and then I'll go to Child Care Home. But if you go to QRS resources, click on that, and then come over here down to the left in the bottom and click on learning and development. And then you have to scroll down again. And one of the options on the left is transitions. So you open that, it has transition ideas, a transition plan template, and transition tips. So, and these are PDFs, so you can just download them and print them, but it tells you, like, gives you a spot to make a plan for different things like daily activities, new teachers, new childcare program, welcoming a new child. It gives you some examples. Then if you want to look at the lesson plan section for this, go to learning and development. You're still and click on curriculum and lesson plans. And that's where it has blank lesson plan templates and examples. Okay, so let's go back to, I said I would show you childcare home. So go to QRS resources, family childcare home. Same thing, go down to learning and development. And this is where it kind of gets tricky. You have to like scroll back down every time because it pops back up to the top. And it kind of gets confusing, at least for me. And again, transitions, making transition easier, transition tips, and transition plan template. And same thing, like if you want to look at lesson plans, you come over here to, where is it? Well, now I'm not finding it. Oh, here we go. Lesson plans. And it has blank templates and examples. By the way, I mean, this is good for anybody, but especially if you're a family childcare home, there is a curriculum called GWiz curriculum that is like $198 a year. And it's already aligned with the early learning guidelines. It's already broken down into different age groups. So like if you're in a family childcare home and you're working with say 1 to 5 year olds, it tells you different things to do with each age group. And I have a friend of mine gave me her login and I looked at it and it's just fabulous. I so wish there'd been something available like this when I'd been doing this. Okay. Samantha asked if there's anything on home playground requirements. I would guess that's going to be in your licensing book. Is that correct, Paula? Okay. So again, I know that there are, from what I understand, they're not giving out printed versions of the licensing books right now. But if you go here on to CECPD again and go to licensing requirements, you can get the center and family childcare home licensing requirements online and look at them there. And this is like if you hit, is it Control F? If you hit Control F, you can get a search bar in a PDF. And then it will tell you, okay, so playground didn't come up with anything. All right, well, I'm failing on all fronts here, so. And anyway, then it will like show you, and then you can click through and look. Children play outdoors daily when weather conditions do not prevent a significant health risk. If I remember right, and it's granted, it's been a while. And so Paula can correct me if I'm wrong. The like playground or the outdoor requirements, would they be like in the in the back. I can't think of what it's called. Appendixes in the back.
Yes, I think they go into a little bit more detail, and then there's a little bit there just in the requirements. Let me see.
Okay, and let's see, somebody's asking about resources on child behavior. So let's go back to Oklahoma Shared Services. Okay, that's all about financial. Okay. All right, well, here's something that says teacher resources of dealing with children in challenging times. That might have some stuff. Traumatic events, death and grief, coronavirus, Mindology fitness for kids. My go-to for like behavior related issues is the pyramid model website. And okay. Heather, do you know that one off the top of your head?
Challengingbehavior.org is what I always Google.
Oh, okay.
And then
Challenging
NC or NCPMI.
NCPMI. That's what I was trying to remember. Was the NCPMI. Okay. But if you've never been to this website, I'm going to put it in the chat. But it has a ton of free quality research-based resources on working with children who have challenging behaviors and helping them cope. It also, like if you're looking for information on transitions, it has a whole section on transitions, has a visual schedules, lots of great information there. Dion is asking, anyone knows how to use the ECC mobile app? I'm not sure what that is. Is that the new way the parents log in, like their subsidy children that are on assistance?
From what I've been told, for providers, they have to use the portal in order to check the parent's swipes, if the parent swipes using their phone. So if you don't have your portal login, I would contact contracts to see if they can help you set that up.
Okay. Thanks, Paula. Oh, sorry guys, I got choked. Okay. I always get a page issue when I check swipes. Yeah, that's going to be something you're going to need to take up with them, because I don't know anything about it anymore. I wish I could be more help. If you need help figuring out who to talk to or who to contact, email us after the class and we can ask around and find out. Oh, goodness. Okay. So before we move on to the next thing, is there anything else? Let's see. Trisha put in the chat that are you saying that you have a page issue when you connect with Wi-Fi on your phone or data? Trisha, I'm not sure exactly what you mean, so I don't want to say the wrong thing. On the eConnect, you have trouble with, okay. Yeah. Do you guys know who to reach out to for technical assistance on that? Oh, so if you switch to one or the other, it works. Like if you're on data and you switch to Wi-Fi, then it'll work. If you're on Wi-Fi and you switch to data, it'll work. That is so weird. Okay, so hopefully that helps someone else. She said if she checks it on her phone and she's on data and she's having problems, and she switches to Wi-Fi, it works. Or if she's on Wi-Fi and she has this problem and she switches to data, it works. I don't know. I always say technology is a blessing and a curse. It's fantastic when it works. Annoying as all get out when it doesn't. All right, so now I would like to give you guys a few minutes to share some of your favorite resources with the rest of the group. And you can either, you can either use the chat feature or you can unmute yourself and speak.
I utilize other childcare people who are more experienced than I, that's in the same field, and then I've used shared services as well for some of the forms and stuff I need.
Right. Oh, Terry said Rainbow Fleet. Thank you, Terry.
I use, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was going to say that I use our local child care providers. Our Trisha is a lot. Carla is a lot. Our resource and referrals. Yes. And the trainings, you know, a lot of the trainings you go to and people give out a lot of information. Even Votech, I can't think of her name. Oh, she runs the Votech Health Center.
Laura.
Laura, thank you. Yes, yes. I was like, yeah. But those are the ones that I use for resources.
Mm-hmm. And yes, thank you, Terry and Paula and Misty, for mentioning your resource and referrals, because that's what we're here for. It's to give you resources and help you. Oh, thank you, Trisha. Dion said resource and referral. And every resource and referral person I know lives to help providers. Seriously. All right, what other great resources do you guys have? And remember, if you haven't already, and you need help with like the QRIS application or anything, you can go and request either a child care coach or a business consultant to help you with that stuff. And we are glad to help. Yes, Tricia said CACPD has a ton of resources. It's just not very user friendly. It is kind of hard to get around on. Like I said, I'm slowly getting better at figuring it out. One of the first times I taught like the lesson plan webinar I have, which I mean, this was like a couple of years ago, back during at the start of COVID. And I knew there were lesson plan templates on CECPD website and I could not find them. And I finally asked somebody at CECPD and they're like, well, you have to go here and then click here and then click here and then click here. And I was like, oh, no wonder I couldn't find them. And doing a search on their website isn't that helpful because it searches all of OU. I did, our business consultant project manager did give me a really good piece of advice and I've used it. She said she has better luck finding stuff on CECPD when she's having trouble by going to Google and searching it than she does searching the CECPD website. So next time and last time I was looking for something on there, that's what I did. I went to Google and found it just like that. It was when Heather and Renee, it was when we were looking for stuff about the direct care organizations. I found it just like that by hitting Google. Your DHS worker, yes. Oh, Tricia said that's what she does too. Google CECPD lesson plans. I don't know why I had never thought of it. I guess because I think if you go to a website and you ought to be able to use their search feature. Sorry, I know that was tacky, but all right. So in a moment, we're going to do, and this is my first time doing breakout rooms, so bear with me. We're going to do breakout rooms, and what I'm going to have you do, hold on, is I'm going to talk about in your groups. I want you to have a discussion about how you would use shared services, and then choose someone in that group to write down your answers to come back and share with the large group. Okay. So let's see. Let's try this. Breakout rooms. Okay, looks like most everybody's back. All right, which group would like to share first?
I'll go ahead and go. We were group 3. So most everyone uses the shared services for forms, policy and procedures, handbooks. Tracy mentioned discounts to the Lakeshore and for school supplies, lesson plans, and even like for staff resources when they're needing to speak with their staff about certain topics.
Right. Okay, thanks, Paula. All right. Who's up next?
I can go. I was with Heather.
Okay, thank you.
We said help with the STARS program. Several of us haven't used shared services. So there was a lot of conversation about just learning about it and trying to figure it out. Excited to learn about it. Information for their families, using it for curriculum information. And we also, I said that I liked that you told us we could post jobs on there. So yeah.
Thanks, Autumn. All right. Who's next?
A lot of the people on our team were familiar with it, maybe except for one. And it's used for forms and the QRIS, and I mean, it's very useful.
Okay, thanks, Kima. And poor Charlotte, I'm gonna put you on the spot, but we couldn't get her in a breakout room for some reason. So she just got to hang out with me while I bebopped between rooms. So Charlotte, did you have anything you wanted to add? Don't forget you're muted.
Transitioning, it'll help us with that. It'll help me with that,
Great,
as well as my days better too.
right?
Getting
Thanks,
me-
Charlotte.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so some of the things you guys wanted from tonight's class were how to utilize shared services. Do you feel like that you got some information on that? Different resources on shared services. Do you feel like you got some information on that? Some tips on navigating it. Yes, no, maybe. Tips and tricks of the site and some new resources. And my goal for the class was for you to become aware of and familiar with this resource that's available to early childhood practitioners in Oklahoma. Do you feel like we met that goal? Okay, I'm going to share my screen and put the wrap-up question up. So, the wrap-up question is, how are you going to use shared services? So basically, what's going to be your first way to use shared services? And make a plan, and then I'm going to have you guys share your plans, and then we're going to wrap everything up.
Do you want me to be reading some of the comments in the chat?
I'm sure. Go ahead, Heather.
Cassandra said, help make a transition plan. Tricia said, I'm going to use shared services as the first place to look for resources or forums. Samantha said to find employees. Paula said resources to share with providers about transitions, lesson plans, ELG, and QRIS. Sandy said, I think the shared services website is easier to locate information. Plan to share with staff members in our back to school training. Nice to know about Lakeshore discounts. It's not only Lakeshore, it's like Staples,
Right.
discount school supplies. Transition and lesson plans from Terry. Robin said lesson plans. Brittany said lesson plans. Dion said sign up for an account, then look around so she can become familiar. Kima said she'll use it for HR forms and find employees. And Trista said, don't forget to check for discounts before ordering your stuff for your classrooms. Great ideas. Barbara said
Yes.
transitions. Do you want me to plug your ELG class?